Hey, what is up, everybody? It's JP Fluellen. Welcome to my channel. And if you're out there and you're wondering, should I jump into this crazy real estate market? Because everyone's freaking out about these rates. And the reality is that don't let the rate going up prevent you from moving forward, because rates will go up, they go down. It's just we've been really spoiled the last few years with really low, ridiculous rates. And so if you have the dream of home ownership, just run your numbers and see if those numbers make sense. Because one of the realities of today's market is that when you buy at the top of the market now, you're buying at the bottom of the market 5 years from now. So don't let those things freak you out and decide to just be like, you know what, I'm just going to see what the market's going to do. Because the longer you wait, the more money you're throwing away in rent. And so, like, if you look at it like, oh, well, you know, my payment's going to be $200 or $300 more a month, but what are you paying in rent? If you're paying $2,000 a month in, rent, and you're only paying $2,200 a month in buying a home, then you're always going to come out ahead in a home ownership, because the market is going to continue to go up. And interest rates, from what I can tell, are going to continue to go up. And so instead of, how many months will it take for you to make up $200 a month at $2,000 a month in rent that you're throwing away money, right? So think about it, like it's going to take you 10 months to make up 1 month in rent of throwing that money away. When if the market increases, and let's just be super conservative and say 3% year over year. So for every year you own a $200,000 house, that's $6,000 that you're gaining every single year over year. So what $6,000 this month could be $6,120 the next year, and then so on and so forth. So the reality is the compound effect will actually gain you more in the long run by home ownership. And then with home ownership, the great thing about home ownership is you can leverage that into other things. So you own that house for 2 years, you put a renter in there after 2 years. Now it's an asset that's being paid for by somebody else. So at the end of the day, like, the rates don't matter. Like, think about this, like, whose line is it anyway? Like, at the end of the day, the rates don't matter, because if you're leveraging other people's income, OPM, other people's money, then you're going to win at the end of the day. So it's not really about overanalyzing the market, like timing the interest rate is like timing the stock market. If we all had a crystal ball, we'd all be rich and we would just pay cash for all of our houses, right? So the reality of it is that we just need to think about, what opportunities do I have today that I can take full advantage of, so that I can leverage those opportunities later on down the line? And, so if these are things that are preventing you from jumping in to the market and saying, you know what, JP is right, we should really just go ahead and get going on buying a house, before the avalanche comes, and so just go ahead and just, like, don't get yourself a really good real estate agent, and we can help you that, at the Titan Real Estate team. We've got very seasoned agents that we can walk you through the steps in order to get to home ownership. That's going to get you the information that you need to make an informed decision. We can run those numbers. We can set you up with a lender and just get the mortgage pricing and what your payment's going to look like, and all that at the end of the day. Because really, interest rate is just one piece of it. Your payment is really the reality. So the reality of it is, if it's a number that you can either live with or tolerate, then go ahead and jump in. We hear this thing all the time about, well, I don't want to be house poor. But the reality of it is that you don't want to be, renting forever either. And I think, having that mindset is that looking at it from an opportunity standpoint rather than looking at it as it's a tragedy. Because here's the reality. Like, if the interest rate just magically decides to go down, then refinance. If you know that your income situation is going to be steady, and let's say I've got 15 years left before I'm going to retire, or I've got 8 more years left, or whatever it is, then you know that stability is going to be a constant in your life. So if the rates go down, just refinance. So don't think of it as you're going to be in jail at these high interest rates forever, because if something does happen, then just take advantage of it. Then if the numbers make sense, sometimes when you have to do a refinance, there's going to be some costs involved in there that you may have to roll back into the loan, or you could just bring some more cash to the table. And if that turns into a scenario where it lowers your payment for the next 30 years, then, jump on that. So there's many, many ways to skin a cat when it comes to, working out the numbers and making sure that, we're in a market that you can work with, that's going to get you where you want to go. Because ultimately, I think when people are scared of jumping into the home ownership, I don't think that it's a matter of fear. I think it's just a matter of uneducation, and we can definitely help you with all of the tools and the things that you need to make those informed decisions. Because at the end of the day, like, home ownership is a great leveraging tool to many other things in life. And if your goal is to have passive income and have a way to have residual income coming in every single month, then we can definitely help you find ways to leverage, your personal home and have a tool that will to get you to the bigger goals and the bigger dreams, because when you think about, like, in comparison, like years ago, interest rates were 23, percent, 18%. When I bought my house, it was at 7%. And I still thought that my payment was relatively, inexpensive. And so then I was able to take my home and leverage it in a bunch of other things. And so that was really exciting. And, it's a great way to get educated as well. I mean, when you're hands-on is a great way to understand how this process works. And it's just really amazing to see, like, that one small little decision that you made, and even though you were a little bit hesitant and you were slightly uncomfortable, that how it can turn into something pretty amazing, and how you can just multiply that through other different opportunities in the real estate space. And so if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below and just write your question in there, and I'm happy to help you. If you need more resources, feel free to you can DM me directly. You can Instagram me. I'm JP Fluellen. I'm the only one on planet Earth. So just Google JP Fluellen, and or you can just reach out to me. You can call me at 307-772-1184, and I'm happy to help. You can also go to my website at jpfluellen.com, and you can check out what kind of opportunities we have in terms of what houses we have for sale. And if you're in the business and you're looking at wanting to get into real estate and you're just not sure how to, get started, you can go to my website at wyomingrealestatecareers.com, and you can book a call right from the website there, and that links to me and it sends me a message, and then we can set something up. Or you can find me on my Calendly link, which will be also in the description below. And so make sure you smash subscribe, hit the alert, because we put out this content each and every week. And happy to help, because helping gets you to where you want to go. And we'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace!